All right. So that was fun. So injury-wise, obviously Jalen left with a quad injury. So have some more information in the next couple of days as far as the severity of that. So like last night in the team meeting, last one of the year, one thing I emphasized to the group was obviously mentality for the day, right? But I talked about one of the greatest enemies of success is ease, or the desire for things to be easy. And so embracing the difficult moments, shared one of my favorite quotes from a book called The Road Less Traveled. And so proud of those guys for the way that they battled and obviously overcoming obstacles. Got very difficult towards the end. Obviously had the turnover. Defense made a great stop, forced a field goal, and ended with the 2-minute drive in a critical moment. I'd also talked about, doubt. It's one of the biggest enemies of success. And so I want to continue to express how much I believed in a group, but I want them to believe in themselves and walk into this arena, this atmosphere that we have not won in a very long time, and capitalize, right, in the right way. So when our last game together to be about first, right, so the first time we won a game in 10 games, first time we beat these cats in 11 tries, the first win in 2025. So a lot to play for in this last game, and so I'm proud of those guys the way they capitalize and finish. Also, even more so on Virginia McCaskey's birthday, right, to be able to get a win, which is a huge deal. And also, ended the game, there were some ups and downs, but Caleb Williams, who we've had some extremely intense conversations over the last days, weeks, but belief never wavered, and having a chance at the end to make a critical play, make a critical check, but also be calm and collective to get us into a down clock situation. And then you think about the first game, how the first game ended at our place against Green Bay, and no better feeling than Cairo having a chance to come on the field. Great job by our field goal team to protect. It was perfect execution, drilled it, right, game over. Questions?
On the final completion, obviously you got the stack to the right. Caleb makes a decision to go left. What's your thought process and what you saw and how he executed that moment?
Yeah, so big kudos to him. So the design of the play was an out-of-bounds play where the ball will be thrown to the right. Obviously, we had the exact same play called the play before. They called timeout, which is what they call a Kodak scenario, to try to take a picture of what we're doing and have a different defensive look. The previous snap, they were pressing DJ in the boundary, so I told them, hey, if they press DJ again, give him a go ball, let it ride, go end the game with a touchdown to DJ. They obviously changed the defensive look, and he himself communicated to DJ to what we call a Sharpie, a 5-step slant. And so he made that adjustment, made a perfect, obviously DJ won immediately, but a perfect adjustment by him to get us in the field goal range. Like I said, execute a down clock and game over.
Are you right on the cusp there of how much time you need to get that thing clocked?
Yeah, it's probably about as close as you can get. But I think it's an understanding of the voids in the defense, the area of the field, but also we still have plenty of time to be able to execute a down clock scenario.
What was your thought process on the 2-point conversion sequence where you guys lined up, you went for it,
Yep.
and the penalty, and then you get even closer, but then don't go for it?
Yeah, so one, it was obviously felt good about the 2-point play we had up. It obviously wasn't successful, but also thought about, building momentum. So just made a change after we ended up not converting on the first, kick a field goal, and make them prove they come beat us. Trust our defense.
What necessitated? You said you had intense conversations with Caleb Williams. Why was that necessary, or what was some of the substance?
Well, I've said all along, I think when it comes to creating change, conflict is necessary. And so it's been good dialogues between us. So it's not like we've been fighting every single day. But I think understanding what it takes for him to be successful, to be at his best, was always my goal. And so to issue challenges, to always do a really good job coaching, critiquing. And I think the understanding for him of which he plays the most difficult position in this game, right, by far and away. He's a rookie quarterback in this league. But the understanding of him as a leader and the way that he communicates, the way he carries himself, the body language he displays, it affects the entire team. But also our offense can't go if he's not going.
The spirit, you're saying it wasn't an argument, it wasn't anything bad, but
Yeah.
was it back and forth? Was it you saying something, Caleb saying something, or was it directives from you?
Yeah, it's not much back and forth. It's more just my communication. I might ask a question here and there, But I think he's been extremely receptive as far as the communication goes. So it's a little bit less back and forth and more just the understanding, asking questions if a question comes up.
They're using Keenan in the two gadget plays, the 2-point conversion that you guys didn't end up doing, and then the interception that he threw.
He can throw. Both of us involved throws. So you guess somebody better that can throw than him? He's thrown touchdown passes before. And also we had some time on task before with some of those plays. So that play, the 2-point play, was up for probably 5 weeks already. We just had some other 2-point plays we called and other times before that. And so it was kind of just the order of how it went. Felt good about the opportunity when we crossed the 50 to have that double move and kind of double reverse pass using DJ initially as the decoy and obviously reverse pass to Keenan. So didn't work out, but I called again.
Was he looking to throw on the 2-point conversion too? It looked like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach, to that point, you guys went deep in your bag offensively and in the kicking game as well. Was that just kind of the mentality that y'all was going to come here and empty your clip and leave it all out there?
Yeah, I'm an aggressive dude. So, I've been aggressive every single game. And so I try to take calculated risks, not be reckless. But even, towards the end of the last game against Seattle, I wasn't playing for a field goal. I'm taking shots towards the end zone. So we had a couple opportunities to hit them. We didn't hit them. But it was more about just the understanding of what the opponent provided, some stuff we've seen on tape from a special team standpoint, but also when it comes to offense.
You have not made this interim role about you at all. I'm just curious, if just have this one win, how much personal satisfaction do you feel just to come out with just have that one win on religion?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Again, I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited to have a win. But my goal was not to have a win as an interim head coach. My goal is to maximize every opportunity I have, to be a great leader in every situation, to never flinch, and also I think the true test of a leader is to elevate those around you. So it's about the guys in that locker room, the coach and the staff. And so, yeah, I got a game ball. I will end up putting it up somewhere in my house and one of my man caves at some point, so that'll always be something I remember. But it's always been more about this team, the coaches around me, this organization, and trying to maximize the opportunity I'm given.
Season like for you? You start out, you go back to the offseason, they bypass you for the job that you're interviewing for, but then they hire you on as passing game coordinator, and you have to jump in a pinch in that role and then jump in a pinch in this role.
Yeah. So I think, obviously guys' plan is always better than my plan, right? So even after some things that transpired last year, go from basically playing scout team nickel and being a pass game coordinator to, in a matter of weeks, having an opportunity to take over as the OC, then being elevated to this role. So I think the understanding for people of one of just the difficulty and also what's required to perform both of those jobs at a high level, they have zero clue at all. But again, I don't back down from challenges. It's an opportunity role that I plan on and will be at some capacity down the road if it's not here to be somewhere else. So it's always an opportunity to sharpen yourself. Like I said, most importantly, try to make it about the guys in the locker room, and excited for the win today.
Coach, earned a place in this organization?
Have I earned a place?
Yeah.
I can't answer that question for you. I think I have, even more so than the result, and obviously it's all about game day, but what's transpired in the building, how I've communicated in team meetings, how I've organized practice, the impact on the players. If that's not enough to understand what I can do and give an opportunity from the very beginning, I don't know what will.
So in the last 4 months, you've seen Caleb in a lot of game on the line, late game drive situations. What have you learned or confirmed about who he is in those moments?
He's got a killer instinct. And so he's really probably better in those moments than he is just on normal down and distances, which is there's a gap to be bridged when it comes to that. But I think the understanding of, one, how to create off schedule, but also being able to understand how to find voids in the defense, playing with tempo. And I think it's just something to be said when it comes to critical moments and not panicking, right, and not giving up and trying to find ways to win games. So you talk about consecutive, 2-minute drives, even. Obviously, the first Green Bay game. So use all the clock in the first half to go score a touchdown. We have a chance to put ourselves in a spot in the second half to go score a touchdown. Even against Minnesota, end of the game, 2-minute drive, throwing a dagger to put us in field goal range to send it to overtime. Even going back to Detroit, end of the game, we started on with the -2, and we drive all the way down and have a shot to go win it there. So I think it's multiple opportunities that he's proved that he's by far and away going to be a franchise quarterback. A lot of room for growth and improvement for sure, but he thrives in those moments.
When did Coach Hightower come to you with the opportunity to have a touchdown on the punt return, and what was the process of putting that in?
Yeah, so I would say it's been putting it in all week. We kind of talked more at length about it maybe 2 days ago, and it was a short conversation. I saw it, obviously in practice, saw it getting repped, and I told him, you got the green light whenever, so you'll have to come check with me on the sideline. I trust him. He's done a phenomenal job, and I continue to find ways to get our special teams playing at a high level every single week, and it was great execution.
What's your desire to keep coaching Caleb based on the relationship you guys have this year, even if that meant a new coach coming in and maybe you taking an assistant role, coordinator, quarterbacks coach, whatever, to be able to continue working with Caleb?
Yeah, my goal is to go maximize and kill every opportunity I'm given, whether it's here or somewhere else. Of course, love to continue to keep coaching him. But I told him before it even just started in the locker room a minute ago, I'm going to support you even if I'm not here. So I want him to be the best he can be. A lot of stuff that I've talked about important to him, but not depending on me being here. It's about me being able to put him in a position to be able to have growth, to understand leadership, and put himself in the best spot to be successful.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Alex.
Game winner, Cairo, the man.